Welcome, everyone, and glad to have you with us from Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hockey and all of his friends ready to go and amped up for what we have in store. We have a late-season top 25 showdown that could be crucial to the postseason picture, as we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Great job there by the receiving team, right? You got your opponent here on the road. You're not caught off guard on the opening kick of the game. You're able to fall on it, and now your offense has the ball in great field position. You have got to make them pay for that gamble.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Hand off from the shotgun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Gamecocks will hustle to the line. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early on this opening drive for them. They're doing a nice job running the football. They're on 3rd down. They're in a...
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Anytime a blitz gets home that fast, I'm going to call it a lot, okay? I'm going to use this one time and time again until they find some answers to how we got that linebacker to the quarterback that fast.
Working on the right. And chunk plays on the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Pulled down after a pickup of 3, balls at the 13. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the catch. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Power ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Ramsauer. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. How about this crowd rattling the rafters and trying to help their defense? They're going to throw it to start the drive. They're trying to get to it. Trying to get rid of it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Trying to escape and get it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. And the Rebels with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The offense in hurry-up mode. Back to throw. It's Rich. Quick strike complete. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. The Rebels have their offense in high gear. To the air on first down. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Push down for the tackle.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And that's a nice stop by this defense. Nice job stopping the run, setting up 4th and inches. Listen, this is a no-brainer. If I can't get inches, I don't deserve to win. I'm coming downhill. I'm playing physical. I'm picking my play, whether it's quarterback sneak, fullback dive, whatever it is that we do great, and I'm going to get my inches.
It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. A first down for the offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage.
Wide open, he makes the catch. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. Right down the boulevard.
Good shit.
And that will extend their
Play the fucking game, man.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gonna take a shot. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted.
Let's go, Sword. My nigga Sword.
Solid
Yeah.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Why are they running away from the people, son?
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so the QB scrambled, went out of bounds. It counts as a sack because it's a loss on the play. You know what I did as a defensive lineman, guys? I chased him and tried to be the first one and the closest one near him. Because guess who gets the sack? Yep, that guy.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now,
and the ball is intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He uncorks one deep. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Looking for more room. And
I
then
take a sword.
on him after a good return on the interception.
this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The offense set for a 1st down play. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that pass
So do everything.
intercepted.
Gotta do everything. Shit, it's fun.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
Bounces through the end zone. Touchback, they'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off play action on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He'll pull it on the read. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll return it. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Line gets set, 1st down. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Swings it out to his running back. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Rebels have pushed it inside the 20. Running the red zone. It's Ramsauer. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
The Rebels line it up with a first and goal. Trying to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play.
Oh, they knock it free. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Yeah, and you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back and make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover. Nice forced turnover by the defense.
A play-action fake seems simple, but there are some intricacies for the quarterback.
Reese, you're right. The danger for a quarterback in play action is that you're turning your back to the defense when you're trying to execute the play fake to the running back. So you have no idea what's happening behind you, and you have no presence for where that rush is coming.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. A shot toward the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
Oh, fuck this is the game, bro.
After a good return on the interception. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Ball security always paramount. That football must be riveted to your rib cage, Jesse, and it wasn't last time.
And look, he knows that happens again, he's going to find himself on the sideline. So this is going to be a dude very motivated to make some plays on this drive.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, but you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. And this offense has to go through him anyways. You got to be able to run the football and have some balance.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. The Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Harris. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. First down here for the offense. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Looking to throw, it's Rich. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Rebels. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick.
I only played 2 quarters, dog.
Put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He wants to take the top off. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
That's my fault. I'm looking at the fucking ball.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
Dances away to buy time. Gets rid of it. This time he's got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Gamecocks are on the move.
And big pass plays like that are the product of an offensive line doing a great job in pass protection. That quarterback cannot read the coverage and get the football out of his hands to the open receiver unless he has time. So give this offensive line tons of credit up front for communicating and not giving up any ground. They are being so physical.
With the catch, it's Harris. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brooks. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed behind the line, it's Harris. Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with the decision.
And the defense did a great job understanding the sticks, rallying to the football, getting them on the ground. And you're right, Reese. 4th and short, that means decision time, or for us, green light. Go for it.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Unloads to the wideout.
I've seen your fucking handball.
Sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Laundry down on the field.
Take them
The pass
5.
is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. Bought a little time, lets it go. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, that's just a miss by the quarterback. That's a simple slant route. That ball's got to be thrown out in front or put in the face mask of the receiver. Bad throw by the QB.
2nd down coming up. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Pick up of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going for the big play. And that ball is picked off. There's a live football.
Bitch.
Cover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a 1st down. That's how you do it.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
And the Rebels headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Leaves it with the back. At the 35, he's open. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. This time it's complete. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Rolls it in. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Gamecocks will boot it away to start the second half. Bringing it out. He's not even going to make it to the 20, much less the 25. He'll mark it out of bounds at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. It's a flea flicker. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I don't mind the run here, and I say that because it's second down and forever. And now at least it's third down and ever. Now you have a chance on third down to be successful. Not as predictable, not as many yards to get. I think that's a good call by the offense.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. And the Gamecocks in the hurry up.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Shoots it to the left. And he throws another interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Just such a nice job by him, understanding his responsibility in that cover 2 zone scheme. He's just floating over the middle of the field. He's just very aware of tight ends and running backs around him.
Another interception.
Man threw a
This guy
flat line
can't find
pass.
his own players. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. A great return for the touchdown. Any return
See your balls.
is a great one to a defense. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This possession will be a test after, and it's loose. Defense coming up with a
We fucking go.
recovery.
Wake them niggas up.
Defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to slam in.
Y'all go fucking Lamar, man. Put the nigga in the fucking game, dog. What the fuck you doing? Let's go, Lamar.
Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this.
Shit, well, I don't play 2 quarters.
He thought about bringing that out for half.
Go, man. Get your dub. I just want to play. Come on.
Take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers.
Shit, bones. Good shit, bones.
It's just a matter of executing better, don't they?
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
He wants to pass it on second down. He's going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Throws to the back.
That's pick. That's pick.
Third down as the defense knocks it free and fourth down is coming up. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go, SC.
Go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They're bringing heat. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Lining up to convert third down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Got it in the middle, it's Harris. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Makes a grab enough for the first. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it.
Touchdown, South Carolina! Hold it in.
We fucking go.
Right on running to the hallelujah land.
2 quarters. I got.
How about the Renaissance?
That's all I got.
Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Puck lofts one high and deep. And
My nigga Barnes.
intercepted.
My nigga Barnes.
Try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Looking for room, it's Harris. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively.
Oh, Lord, what is you waiting for? Lord.
And he's not going to make it The defense denying him the first down. On fourth down, trying to find his man.
That's me. That's me. That's me.
He's got him and they convert.
Ah, good shit. Good shit. Love it. Love it.
First down on the play. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Throws for the tight end. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense.
Regular ass plays, man.
A little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Running behind that left side. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And the Rebels come to the line in the hurry up. These corners going to give them some space. Coming after him. He'll pull it down and run. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation and take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Line getting set on second down. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Despite coming up short on the previous 2 fourth down attempts, this offense will try it here again. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
This shit, bro.
That is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over.
Are you learning? Run that bitch.
We're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Oh.
And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to find his man on first down. Quick completion on
Some nigga know where he going. He telling me where he going.
Step out of bounds, but not the big kickoff and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Going up top on first down. Just couldn't find
Nigga not calling ground and I gotta use it, everything. This shit is cool.
All wideouts, no backs. The aerial assault continues. It's complete on the right side.
Urshel, let's fucking go Urshel. Got no speed to keep up with them niggas. Yeah.
Big time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time,
No, this shit fun, boy. Let's go.
concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement.
The end, bro.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. He sees zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
Throws to the wideout.
It's a fucking right, Gainwell.
And they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. The give to the back. Finds a crease at the 20. They get him on the ground.
Good hit, good hit.
He rumbles all the way to the 5.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown.
Shit, hold.
They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, Dave. Unloads it downfield. He's got it on the left. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
What am I 15 at, ref?
At the perfect time right there.
When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, it's so hard to get drives together because the clock starts to be your enemy. Really heads-up play by the quarterback, getting the 1st down.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Snaps it in the shotgun. Trying to get to it. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. About to kick it away.
Gotta do everything. Shit, gangster.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense.
Trying to get behind the defense. And that'll be incomplete.
But where is the fucking pass rush?
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best
Good shit,
in the
boy.
country, and that is just way too easy.
Nice job by the D. Playing the pass first. QB scrambles. It's the 4th quarter. I got to save time. I got to save possessions. What do I do to end the run? Now I push the quarterback out of bounds. He goes out of bounds. Thank you. I didn't even have to waste a timeout. Nice job by the D.
And the Gamecocks pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Hit as he throws. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job.
Take the fucking ball, man. Fuck.
To get him out in more space.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Handoff from the gun. And he'll find
That bitch Bones cutting up, boy.
Just short of midfield at the 49.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Takes the handoff. It's Ramsauer. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Decline.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Good timing on the quick out.
Got to give this defense tons of credit. How good have they been on the back end in coverage? It just feels like every time this QB is throwing the ball, it's been contested. They haven't given up a lot of yards, and they need to continue to be great in coverage with the lead in this 2-minute situation.
Deep into the fourth quarter of this game, down by 6, they'll have to go for it on 4th down. Touch pass on the jet sweep.
Man, the nigga running all into me. God damn. Ooh. Ooh. Good play fucking call.
Listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the 4th down conversion.
Gotta beat me by one score, more than one score, son.
You're going to run the ball, you know it's coming, and we are running right at you. Right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Handoff to the lone back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Third down after the run. They'll run it from the gun. Tough sliding in there, picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Fires on the move. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
What a great stop in a big moment for this defense. Nice job getting the stop. Now listen, the ball goes back to the offense, and this has a chance now to be a great finish. That was a clutch stand for this defense.
He'll come out throwing on first down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He's never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
This late in the game, fourth quarter, go time. We got to make plays. We got to go to those things that really, really work well. We can't waste too many more downs. I know it's third down coming up, but we got to put this thing in full throttle.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. Precision execution there to work the sidelines, pick up the first down, and stop the clock.
Yeah, great job by the offense. You've got to understand the situation. The clock is the enemy late in the ballgame. Got to have a score. Like you said, Reese, work the outer part of the field so I can catch the football and get out of bounds.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Defensively, I think you have different strategies for these situations. The clock is your friend, right? You want that thing to tick. You're up in the fourth quarter, but you don't want to sit back and prevent, because you've heard the saying, you really just prevent yourself from winning.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Firing to the end zone. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
After the misfire, now on second down. The give on the inside. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game.
Oh, I need a fucking play.
Enormous play coming right here. Third down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. Pressure coming. Into the end zone.
Good fucking shit, 26. I don't even know who you is. Good shit, boy.
Right at the goal line.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive.
Good game, boy. Good game. Good game.
You just need one more stop after that last incompletion setting up fourth down. Do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Time is not on their side. Down 6 late. Fourth down looming. They'll have to get this to stay in it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
The man went out of bounds. Lord have mercy. The man went out of bounds. Good game, boy.
These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment, or they can't. Great job by the team. Staying focused, understanding it's a close battle. Win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us.